Going on, Jerome's Aaron Jones, even at advanced age, had a career season for the Vikings in 2024. Career high in rushing yards, was a team leader. He was fantastic. And he finished up his one-year, $7 million deal with the Vikings. And the question is, do the Vikings bring him back for another run at things? I think they would be smart if the price is right. And a pretty clear indicator that both sides want to make things work dropped on Saturday morning. Field Yates, ESPN, the Vikings and running back Aaron Jones agreed to move the void date on his contract from this Monday until the final day before free agency. If Jones had not been extended by Monday, the team would have taken on $3.2 million in dead money in 2025. This expands the window for Jones and Minnesota to continue to negotiate a new deal that would avoid the amount hitting the cap in full of 2025. It doesn't guarantee a new deal will be reached, but it buys time for both sides if there is interest in hammering out one before free agency. Sorry, I'm like 12 years old. But it's a pretty clear sign that Jones and the Vikings want to work something out, and I think it would be mutually beneficial. If either side had not wanted to, they wouldn't have moved the void year deadline, right? So Jones clearly wants to be back, and everything that Jones has said in the media, same thing with Kevin O'Connell, obviously they want to keep things together. And Jones's contract, so here's what's good about void years, and Rob Brzezinski has been very smart and judicious about the usage of these, where you can spread out the dead cap hit of a contract for up to 5 years, even if the contract is for fewer than that. So Jones last year, 1 year, $7 million deal, $4 million signing bonus, and that signing bonus was prorated out over 5 years, $800K for each of the 5. Now, if Jones hadn't been extended by that deadline in 2025, and then the $3.2 million that was remaining, that was dead for the cap, would come home to roost in 2025. Same thing if he signs a 1-year deal and then doesn't return after that. So then the remaining 2.4 would be on the Vikings books for 2026. Like I said, you can get yourself in trouble with this, but Brzezinski has been very smart about this, and it allows the Vikings to continue to grow and build, as well as take advantage of the cap continuing to rise down the line, etc. Now, not a guarantee that a new deal will get done. The Vikings did this with Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson back in 2023. Now, there's interest on both sides there, but then the Browns decided to just pay Dalvin Tomlinson $14.5 million per year, which is, the Vikings weren't going to pay that. But Aaron Jones was instrumental this year. His leadership was great. His play on the field certainly had not lost a step. And with Jones, the pride of El Paso, the West Texas town of El Paso, he was always one of those Packers where I respected him. Also, it was really annoying because it just seemed like Aaron Jones, 3-3, had big-time games against the Vikings consistently, and he was clutch, right? And glad that he came to the right side of the river, and he was instrumental in the Vikings offense this season, and also he became Spider-Man, which is good to see. But like we said, a career high in rushing yards with 1138, 5 touchdowns, explosive in the receiving game as well. His leadership in that running back room and the offense writ large is, you can't talk about it enough. That's exactly what Aaron Jones brings. He's a true professional. But you could tell, even though he didn't miss a game during the season, there was instances where he was dinged up in game, where he missed a quarter, missed a drive, missed whatever with the hip, with the whatever, and it does make you think, is there a reason why he was never a full-time bell cow running back during his time with the Packers? Always in a timeshare. And, the Vikings, they made him a RB1 and gave him RB1 work, but I think that they should and could dial back his work if he's back in 2025, right? And his market value right now, $5.6 million, I would pay it. Right, the Vikings have the cap space. That's roughly about 2% of what the cap is going to be in 2025. That's worth it for Aaron Jones, right? And I think that this obviously isn't a charity, but you look at Harrison Smith, you look at Daniel, you look at Aaron Jones, 2 veterans that can still contribute mightily on the field, and also their leadership is, you can't put a price tag on that. So Jones, I would bring back, even though this is a very, very good running back class. Vikings should partake in it, but having Jones back or Cam Akers back in a combination, in a timeshare, where if you bring Jones back, you have to be clear to him, we're going to reduce your touches by 30, 40, 50%, right? And this is going to be a true timeshare because it doesn't matter if you're fresh in October. We want you fresh in January and February. And I think Jones will understand that, and I think they'll actually benefit him and maybe even extend his career. But your thoughts are thoughts. Very good sign. Vikings and Aaron Jones agreed to push back the void deadline on his contract. So run it back in 2025. Hopefully. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.